iHeart, get ready. Fantasy football is here. Welcome to the Scout Fantasy Show. ScoutFantasy.com is home to the Fantasy Football World Championships and the best players in the world. Real money winners giving their secrets to help you win. Now exclusively on iHeart. This is the Scout Fantasy Show with your host, the one, the only, Dr. Roto.
Everybody, it's Dr. Roto. Get out the insurance cards, get out the copay. The office is open, my friends. Yesterday we covered the AL East. Today I'm going to cover the NL East, all right? And I'm going to look at let's do an intake, right? It's almost Memorial Day. How are the teams doing? Who's going to make the playoffs? Which guys am I interested in trading? Which guys do I want to trade for? Which guys do I want to trade away? Who's doing better than we thought? Who's doing worse? So the Nationals are winning this division by 6.5 games over the Braves. I mean, there's no team that's going to compete with the Nationals. Just a question of how many games the Nationals are going to win by. I mean, the Phillies are already 11.5 out. The Marlins are 11. The Mets are 7.5, and the Braves are 6.5. Good luck catching the Nationals. As we look at the Nationals, Ryan Zimmerman's been out of his mind this year. I mean, really. Who would have ever thought that this guy was going to be as good as he is? He's at 372 right now. Now, that's not going to hold up. If I had Ryan Zimmerman right now, I would try to trade Ryan Zimmerman. Because I would say 13 home runs, close to 40 RBIs. That's like at least half of what I expected him to do. Right? That's at least half of what we're expected to do. So, I like him. All right, Daniel Murphy. I mean, I like him, but I like to trade him. I like him in that he's done for me what I thought, but now I want to move him to you and try to get a couple of guys back. Daniel Murphy. Love Daniel Murphy. Anthony Rendon has been very inconsistent this year. Some really big games. I mean, I had a couple of huge DFS nights, but it hasn't been consistent, but I still like the player. The guy who's actually been slightly disappointing to me is Trey Turner. Trey Turner right now hitting .241, 4 home runs, 9 stolen bases. I think we thought that there was going to be more. I would absolutely and unequivocally trade for Trey Turner right now. Absolutely in on him. Why? Maybe his owner's upset. Maybe his owner's disappointed. Maybe his owner thought that he could get something better. I'll take Trey Turner right now. You better believe I will. 100% I'm taking Trey Turner. Bryce Harper, we knew to expect this. The guy's just stellar. Absolutely stellar. Here's a pitcher I keep my eye on, Joe Ross. Joe Ross just returned yesterday, had a really good start, 8 innings, 6 strikeouts against the Mariners. So he's back in that rotation. So you've got Scherzer, Strasburg, Roark, Gonzalez, Ross. The bullpen has Coda Glover and Sean Kelly. I think one of those guys will be traded. I think they'll bring in an actual closer. But the Nationals look really, really strong. All right, I'm trading away Zimmerman. I am trading for Turner, Murphy, Harper, Rendon. I'm very happy with. Matt Wieters has been interesting to me. He's done exactly what I thought he'd do. He's on pace probably for 20 home runs, hitting about 280. That's about right for him. So, I mean, I don't think I trade him or leave him. It just is what he is, right? All right, let's take a look now at the New York Metropolitans. Actually, you know what? Let me go to the Braves because the Braves are in second place by a game, so they deserve to go first. I feel very badly for Freddie Freeman. I really do. Guy's going to be out at least another 6, 7 weeks, 8 weeks. This guy was on an MVP year. Would I trade for Freddie Freeman now? Probably not. I worry about the wrist. It has me worried. So I probably wouldn't trade for him. Matt Adams, though, is a really good pickup. Matt Adams blisters righties. I mean, he hits them beautifully. So he's going to have all the opportunity to play against right-handed pitchers. So if I can get Matt Adams on my team, I have no problem doing that. The dude's only 28 years old. Plenty of baseball left in him. Brandon Phillips is producing well, but I'm not trading for him. Maybe if I was trying to go for it this year, but I don't love him. Ozzie Albies is in the minor leagues, and he's close. Only hitting .274. He's got 14 stolen bases. He's close. He's starting to heat up. I would think that he is Going to be up with this team in September for sure. I think Phillips will be gone, but I think Phillips will stay there in the meanwhile. A guy I want you to watch out for is Dansby Swanson. Dansby Swanson's starting to hit the baseball. And he wasn't for the longest time, but he's starting to hit the baseball now. And I think he's somebody that we can get interested in. He's batting a little higher in the order, and he's a very good prospect. And I think people, once again, like with Trey Turner, might be down on Dansby Swanson. He sucked, man. Okay, you don't have to like him. I'll like him just fine. I'll make a trade for him. Matt Kemp, underappreciated, having a very good year. 8 home runs, hitting over 300. Ender Inciarte showing some power, a lot of power. 5 home runs for him, that's almost a career high. So I think there's value on this Braves team. There's really no value in their pitching staff. I do like Mike Foltynewicz. I think that's the guy there. If I was going to trade for a Braves pitcher, he'd be my guy. His ERA is under 4, striking out guys. Whip is still a little high for my liking, but I think there's upside here. So on the Braves, I want Dansby Swanson, Matt Kemp, Ender Inciarte, Mike Foltynewicz. Freeman, I'm not so sure about. Brandon Phillips, I really don't want. That's what I would probably do moving forward. So let's take a look at the New York Mets. And the Mets are a mess. Really a mess. A mess. So let's start with the good. The good is Michael Conforto. And this is not just good, this is great. So he's 24. Guy's got 13 home runs, hitting .333. If I was dumping, if I was rebuilding, if I was starting over, I'm going right to Michael Conforto. This is a great place to start. Can't ask for anything more than this guy. And there's no way the Mets don't put, even when Cespedes comes back, Michael Conforto's playing. Jay Bruce is going to get traded. I think he's just not a guy that I want. But if I was going for it in a league and trying to win this year and somebody offered me Jay Bruce and I needed power, I'd take the deal. I would. I really don't like Lucas Duda. He's always better on your team than he is on my team. Neil Walker's playing okay, just not as well as he was playing last year. Last year's always seemed to be getting a good hit, a big hit in a big spot, and now he's just lacking the power. I don't know. I'm off on him. I'm off on Reyes. I'm off on Asdrubal Cabrera. I think the only Met I want a piece of right now offensively is Michael Conforto. They got this kid Ahmed Rosario, who might be coming up soon. Kid's hitting .360 in the minor leagues. Got some power, got some speed. This is a shortstop deluxe. I think if I was dumping, I'd be looking for him. Pitching-wise, DeGrom. DeGrom. Did I mention I like DeGrom? I do. I love DeGrom. And I think you still might be able to get him. His ERA is good. His whip is good. Not great. Not sensational. You might be able to get him at a small discount. So I think that's interesting there. He's a guy that I would turn my attention to. I want no part of Matt Harvey. Zach Wheeler's been actually pretty good. I've got to be honest with you, better than I thought he'd be. The ERA is still a little high, but he's striking out a lot of guys. Walking too many guys for me. Walking too many guys, so that's a problem for me. But striking out guys and really having a pretty successful comeback season for him. So those are the Mets that I'm looking at. So now we're looking at the Miami Marlins, and this team is just an utter disappointment to me. So first of all, Justin Bour, not bad. The guy's got 12 home runs, hitting .280. The Marlins went all in on him, and I think he's a good hitter. He is a great hitter against righties, and I think he's a guy you can get in a trade and get him with the owner not realizing how good Justin Bour really is. He's been very good this year. D. Gordon, if you need speed, certainly a guy that I might look at. Only hitting .270, but he's got 14 stolen bases, but he kills you in the power categories and the RBI categories. It's bad. It really is bad. So Adam Ronis was on the show this morning, and he said that he and Steve Phillips were working on a trade, and Phillips wanted Jacob deGrom, and he offered him Marcell Ozuna. Is Marcell Ozuna worth deGrom? I don't think so. He's a good hitter, but I think this is a 25-85 guy. I'm not trading you deGrom for him. Not trading you deGrom. Ozuna's good. I want him, but I'm not going to overpay for Ozuna. But I think Ozuna's owners want more for him than he's worth. So I can't ever imagine Ozuna being on my team. I think Giancarlo Stanton's the biggest disappointment in all of baseball. I mean, 23 runs scored. Where are the RBIs? I don't know. Bad. Christian Yelich, I really was expecting a good year from. Been slightly disappointing, hitting 256. This guy was a third-round pick. I guess if I was making a trade, would I trade for that outfield? Yes. I like the upside with all of them, but I'm not going to give you a lot for them. I'm going to make a trade for them, but I'm not giving you a lot. I actually might give you more for Justin Bour than I would for Marcell Ozuna. Not because I think that Bour is better, but I think that it's because Bour plays first base, and first base is very thin. So that's why I'm saying that to you. I don't love the outfield there. I think it's very disappointing. There's no pitcher I want. There's no pitcher I want on this team. None. Okay? Not interested. Maybe David Phelps, because I think that he might get put in the rotation. I do like him. But, man, this team is really, really a disappointment. And speaking of disappointment, let's get to the last team here, the Philadelphia Phillies. So the Philadelphia Phillies have this kid in the minor leagues, Rhys Hoskins. And Rhys Hoskins has 148 at-bats this year. He's got 12 home runs. He's hitting .318. That's nice. This guy is a good player. He's 24. Tommy Joseph is doing nothing, really. I mean, really, Tommy Joseph hitting .258. Tommy Joseph's a guy that, if I'm in the American League, he's my DH. But if I'm the Phillies, I don't stop the upswing of the ascension of Rhys Hoskins because of Tommy Joseph. I mean, that's ridiculous. Bring in Rhys Hoskins and let him play. Cesar Hernandez has been sensational. I mean, really has been sensational. I mean, not a lot of power, but still stolen bases, hitting .287, scoring runs. Aaron Alter, dude, there's no way this guy leaves that lineup. This guy has power. This guy's got speed. I've watched him play in the spring. This is a big, tall, strong guy. Big fan of him. Odubel Herrera. Now, this is a guy that I want in a trade right now. Right now. He's hitting .238, got 3 home runs and 4 stolen bases. Before this season started, I had him pegged for like 20 home runs and 25 stolen bases. We haven't seen that yet. I'm going after Herrera in a trade. I'm going to do that right now, as a matter of fact. Maybe when I get done with this podcast, I want this guy's upside, and maybe his owner's pissed off at him. I'll take that shot. Okay? Maikel Franco, really disappointing as well, hitting .221. I think this guy tries too hard, but look, he's 24 years old. He's 24 years old. He's a baby. So I think we think these guys are older than they are. There's another guy in the minor leagues, J.P. Crawford. He's just having a bad year at AAA. The dude's hitting .186. So I don't know. I don't think he's there. Freddie Galvis, I hate. But Alter, Hoskins, Herrera, those are the guys I'm looking at. Pitching-wise, take a look at Aaron Nola. He just came back from injury. First game back, 7 innings, 1 run, 5 strikeouts. I like Nola. I do. I like Nola. Vince Velasquez, I like his arm, but I think he's very inconsistent. I really would put him in the bullpen. I think he could be a shutdown closer. I do. I think he could be, as Andrea Lamont and Lenny Melnick say, the effector. Give him 2 innings. Put him in the back end of this rotation, of this bullpen, with Hector Neris. I think you'd have a lot going on there. I don't want to see Velasquez as a starter anymore. I'd like to see him in the bullpen. I think that would be a really good fit. So Herrera, Alter, Hoskins, Nola. I'm in. 100% in on those guys. Okay? So that is the NL East for you. And once again, what are you doing with this information? Maybe you're making a trade for a guy. Maybe you're dumping and you didn't know Rhys Hoskins before this podcast, and now you know that this guy is hitting 12 home runs and .313 in AAA, and Tommy Joseph stinks, and Hoskins is a guy that you might want. So in baseball, we've got to know the player pool, which is a huge player pool. We've got to know the minor leaguers. Let me throw out another guy to you. A couple of guys in the deep minor leagues. Roman Quinn. This guy's got a lot of speed, not hitting for a high average yet. It's only hitting .269, but he's got a lot of speed. I think we'll see him in the Phillies outfield at some point. Nick Williams is another guy who just hasn't gotten it right yet. They got him from the Rangers a couple of years ago, but I think there's something in this Phillies organization. So you got to look, like I'm showing you, Roman Quinn, Nick Williams, J.P. Crawford, Rhys Hoskins. Did you know any of these guys? If you didn't, you got to get familiar with them, right? Because these are trades that I want to make right now. I want Hoskins right now if I'm dumping. Seriously, I want to start a team with him next year. Cody Bellinger or Rhys Hoskins. Give me one of those two. I'm set. Okay? You know where else you'll be set? If you join scoutfantasy.com. Enter the promo code ROTO, that's ROTO. Pay for 1 month, we'll get you 2 more months for free, and you'll be set with a lot of info. DFS nightly information. Sean Childs' NFL team outlooks. Our rankings are coming out soon, right, for NFL. How about the message boards or Adam Rona, Sean Childs, and I are answering your questions? How about DFS PGA information? The guy, we've been killing it for the last few weeks in there. How about, I don't know, anything else I can think of? MMA with my guy Y2 Casey. PGA. Baseball. Hockey. There's no hockey. We can't forget Cappy and Kick. So we got a lot to offer you at Scout Fantasy. So please be part of what we're doing with the Scout Army. But right now it's time to put away the insurance cards, put away the copay. The office is closed, my friends. Back tomorrow with the American League Central. We'll break that down for you, and we'll see if we can help find you a few players who can help you win a fantasy championship. All right, guys, have a great day. Be well, and take care.
Thanks for listening to the Scout Fantasy Show. There's never been a better time to join the Scout Army. Visit scoutfantasy.com. Use the promo ROTO for 2 months free. And don't forget, fantasy players, please thumbs up the podcast on the iHeart app. See you next time. Go Scouts!